We do have one
Oh,
question here.
question for all. If your atheist coworker who is fornicating asks why get married, how would each of you respond? I've dealt with this several times. I actually, the one I actually encouraged one of the younger guys I work with to get married by just explaining what marriage was, like that he was treating his girlfriend as a concubine, and that he this would require a full show because it's an hour conversation like what I really did to go into it with him, and it was conversations I was having with him over months. So I mean, do you have a quick reply to something like that, Rob? Or
That's the part that makes it hard is the atheist part. How do you how can you connect with something like that and make it a case of morality? Um, I don't know. That's
well,
tough.
I'll tell you, there's two guys that I work with. They were baptized Catholic, weren't taking their faith seriously. And I just straight up told them, I'm like, you were baptized Catholic. That means you are living the life of an apostate. And I actually told them that hell is very real. And what you are doing to this girl is not just damaging your own soul, but you will be held to account for what you are doing to this girl's soul. Like, you are literally going to be held to account for sending a woman to hell because she will follow your lead. And if you propose to her, she would say yes. So this is 100% on you. And I talked to him like a man. 2 months later, he bought an engagement ring. So, I mean, I think just young men, especially, don't have positive men in their lives showing, like, dude, I don't care what other guys at work are saying. Oh, my old lady, I got to go ask the boss. I have a beautiful marriage. I adore my wife. We have an amazing time together. Anytime I go away with her, I come back and I tell them how much I love my wife, how great of friends we are. Like, if you don't really have a good marriage, I mean, I really blame the husbands on that one, man. You should be treating your wife like you did when you were courting her throughout your entire marriage.
I think with the atheist, I would say something along the lines like, for the whole of human history, like if you have any kids with this woman, for the whole of history, that kid would have been treated like a bastard.
Yeah.
Like, do you really want to raise a child as a bastard and all the problems that come with it?
That's a good point. Well,
Yeah, yeah. I was going to say the concubine thing, but I would just say, you know what? I would just say your wife's going to your girlfriend's going to step out on you then. Like, she's going to cheat on you
Mm-hmm.
because like it will happen, and she will leave you. Um, because there's no reason for her to stay. You will lose all your money. You will lose your integrity. You'll probably become an alcoholic and you'll kill yourself. Like, this is what's going to happen. This is what's going to happen to you. Like,
positive vibes, guys.
Don't hold back, Kennedy. Gee.
Nobody's right, because if you're
Yeah.
doing that, if you're fornicating before marriage, that means you think nothing of marriage. So then, if you do eventually get married, your wife, that is now your wife, who you fornicated with before marriage, will just see sex as just something you do, and marriage is just some piece of paper. I mean,
Well,
I've had so many blowouts over marriage because that is, to me, marriage is the most important thing we're doing. Like, I even went off because of Lauren Boebert the other day. She's over there talking about family values and talking in front of the country, talking about the bribery, corruption of Joe Biden, and he's taking bribes. And I'm like, you walked out on your husband of 18 years. You abandoned him. He wants to fix the marriage. And
did she
you're
do
up.
that?
Oh, yeah. And she's going to lecture us on family values. That woman, nothing nauseates me more than a conservative woman that abandoned her husband and then goes up in public and talks about family values. It's like, I'd rather have AOC than that woman. That woman is
Yeah, at least
a
AOC is
hypocrite.
honest.
Yeah, 100%.
She's
Like,
exactly what she says she is.
There you go.
Yeah, she's a communist and she admits it. Yeah, I don't
100%.
know. You know, one of the things we've learned from this Andrew Tate demon.
Read that comment, Kennedy. Love you avoiding Babylon. Totally love Kennedy. Please have him back as a regular guest. I have so much respect and trust for him, and you both as well. Keep this up. Yeah, Kennedy, man, like the group that we're forming, dude, like the friends that you and I have been like trying to keep in touch with and stuff. It's a very good crew, man. I really like these guys. I really want to start figuring out how we could do an in-person conference that is not as big as the cancel priest thing, but just maybe a smaller thing with just, the group that we got going.
Well, mark your calendars for the Canadian Martyrs Men's Conference. Actually, I should probably mention this. So we ran our Canadian Martyrs Men's Conference, our Holy Name Society, in February this year. It was a smashing success, and we're doubling the size this year. Probably have 240 people or so, all men. And it's the only traditional Catholic men's conference in North America, probably the world. And what I mean by that is, if you actually look around at all the men's conferences available, there is not a single one that is a traditional Catholic men's conference, because they're a diocesan event.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not knocking it. You could still do it. Like, I mean, I'm sure Bishop Strickland would allow it to happen, where it was just like only the TLM and like it's whatever. But this is where the SSPX, we have, we got the hookup, so to speak. So it was this year, it was like $80 Canadian. You got your meals, it was mass, like 5 talks. Everyone got a cigar. The beer was $4 a can. Like, it wasn't even that expensive. That's $4 Canadian. So that's like 50 cents American. It wasn't that expensive. And we had an absolute blast. Like, it was like the best day anyone's ever had in like a long time. So we're doing that again this year in Stratford, Ontario, by the way. So just keep a shout out for that. But
do you have room for more speakers or no?
I don't know yet. We have to double check.
I'll come as a guest. I don't care. I'll come as a guest.
If you come, you guys, you can stay with me.
I want to come I want to come and just hang.
Yeah, try to get Joe to come with you. I tried to get him to come this year, but yeah, yeah. So it'll be great. But anyway, yeah. As far as one last thing I'll say about like Andrew Tate, and like, as much as I can't stand that guy, for one reason, he's pushing everyone to a filthy false religion. But the fact is, though, men are so starving to just literally hear a true thing that they'll listen to an idiot.
Yeah. Because
the idiot says the true thing. The idiot says the idiotic thing as if it's true, and that is strong enough for them. And then Jordan Peterson is another example. You see these memes on the internet, like, which way, Western man, Tate or Andrew Tate or Jordan Peterson? But there's a reality there. It's like, men are so starving to hear the truth. So, if someone's about marriage, it's like, listen, you're a loser if you don't get married. Like, you are a stain if you don't get married. You treat her like a concubine. You watch porn. She's going to step out on you. She's going to have an abortion. Like, you are like scum of the earth if you don't marry this woman. Yeah. And just leave her. Like, if you're not going to marry, just leave her.
It's awful what you're doing to this girl.
It's awful. But and you're going to become more of a loser as time goes on. And then eventually, because you're going to get a vasectomy, and because she's on the pill and her hormones are messed up, when she gets off the pill, when you decide to have kids, when you finally, both made a career and you're 37 years old and the biological clock is ticking, then she's no longer going to be attracted to you because she's going to because the thing about the pill is the pill makes you attracted to losers. This is a physiological,
like, scientific fact.
Mm-hmm.
It's a real thing. They do these T-shirt studies where basically men who what happens is women, there's a test group, and it's done as well as you can do something like this. And there's a test group, and it's like a group of women. They're on the pill for 6 weeks, whatever, and so it's in their cycles, and then they make them wear. They make men wear these T-shirts, and they have basically like everything from your stereotypical loser guy who's like in the basement, face covered in Cheeto dust, and he's playing Call of Duty. Okay, and then you have guys who are like astronauts, like, stereotypical, like basically conscientious versus man who needs to get his life in order. I like Cheetos. I'm just saying, don't have them cover your face at all times. And then they get the women. So basically they have the women smell these T-shirts, which have no smell. They have no olfactory presence smell. But what they do have are pheromones. And they make sure the men wash with unscented soap and all this sort of stuff. So there's no there's no Gillette smell on it or whatever. There's no Axe smell. So, but then they have the women get off of the drugs, and they have them go through 6 weeks to 2 months. So it's like completely out of their system. It's everything, whatever. Then they have this study again, and the women don't know it's the same men, and they have them smell the shirts again. The second time they smell the shirts, they're attracted. And everyone who has a wife knows this. She's like, loves the smell of her husband. Mm-hmm. It's weird. It's like, I stink, sweetie. It's like, whatever. And, but they like the different shirts after they get off the pill. They think when they're on the pill, they think the losers smell good. When they're off the pill, they think the losers don't smell good. Yeah. If you are concubining whatever with a woman and she's on the pill, when she gets off the pill, she's going to hate you. And she's going to think you're disgusting, and you're going to have a divorce. I've seen this with someone who works with my father-in-law. He marries this feminist. Whatever. They start having a couple kids. Within 2 years, they're divorced because she realized she hated the man. because she was attracted. She didn't, you know. Anyway, it's a disaster.
So, real quick, yeah. So, a friend borrowed Terror of Demons 2 years ago, didn't return it. Does Kennedy suggest I take it back with extreme prejudice or buy a new one?
I don't know. Well, if take it back with extreme prejudice.
Or buy a new one.
Well,
Tell them to buy a new one.
Yeah, because it's got the new cover and everything now.
Oh, yeah, get the new one.
Yeah,
I get royalties.
buy a new
I get
one.
royalties. Get the new one.
And then the other comment Jason put up was asking about my wife's beautiful painting in the background that I put up to cover my ugly door that's behind.
That's why I didn't ask about it.
Yeah, this is Jason, and so my wife's an artist, man. She's come on, Jason. That's an awful mean thing to say. That's a 10 rum chatas in paint. I'm telling you said that, bud. That was when she was like 18 years old. She made that painting. It's been in my house for years. Kennedy, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you giving us your time. I know you're a busy guy. I know you got a gaggle of children at your home, and you're doing shows on your own, and great guests on your show. What do you got coming up? You want to promote anything?
Did a show with Taylor today on was the consecration by Pope Francis valid, which is relevant considering the Pope seems to be like he's going to visit the patriarch of the Russian Church, which is fascinating. We recorded another show on Pope or Bishop Fulton Sheen's, I don't know if prophecies is the right word, but pious reflection on the role of Fatima in converting Russia and Islam, which will come out next week.
His anti-church prophecy is 100% a prophecy.
Yes, yeah, he's fascinating. And just check out my channel and pray for me because I'm trying to make some decisions about what to do in the next few months. So if everyone could keep me in their prayers about sort of a trajectory or path of life that I've got to make some decisions on. That's all I want to say. But go to the Kennedy Report on YouTube. And people don't know this. The beard balm that we sell, if you have a beard like Anthony's and you put it on, by the end of the day, it actually looks like mine. It's that powerful. So. And,
I'm going to tell you, as an Italian, I'm not supposed to have a beard. Like
I know.
Like I'm supposed to be clean shaven, and I get a lot of grief from my family for this thing.
I used to, but it's so cold here in Ontario that we just it's like a face sweater. It's practical.
Face sweater.
But
I've seen you shaven, bro. I know you're hiding a weak chin under that beard. You think I don't know?
I don't know. It only goes to there. It only goes to there. It's there. But and then also, you know, if you do want to know more about with the crisis in the church and all that sort of stuff, you can buy my book. And yeah, there you go. That's all I got.
All right, guys, go. If you're not part of our locals channel yet, I think we're a few away, and then we're going to start doing some good stuff on locals. Please, we got to get to 50. I think we're like 3 away at this point or something. Please go join it. If you are not subscribed, please subscribe to this channel. I think 50% of the people that watch this show are not subscribed. Saturday's Gavin Ashenden show got pushed to the following Saturday. But we do have John Henry Weston coming up, I believe, next week. So I just spoke to him earlier today. So that's gonna be a late show because he's busy. It's gonna be like a 9 p.m. show, 9 p.m. Eastern show. But you guys got to hear John Henry Weston's conversion story and his wife's conversion story. Me and Kennedy heard it while we were in Chicago, and it is unbelievable. So I'm looking forward to that one. So guys, check us out. We'll be back on Tuesday with you, and have a good weekend.
Thanks, guys.